Picture this: three library staff members trapped inside the South Charleston Public Library. Aaron, Toby, and Josh, each with divergent tastes, tasked with watching each other's films. Can they survive with their sanity intact? Find out on Real Opposites, a library podcast about movies.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Real Opposites. I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Toby.
and we are back this time around to discuss my pick, Nerve, which I don't remember when it came out. I was going to say the date. but
2016.
Is it 2016?
Yep.
I swear I just watched this as a new movie, but I guess not. I guess it was
I mean,
a long time ago.
It's almost 10 years.
I think it
That's wild.
came. I might have come to streaming kind of new, because I remember also it being like new when I
Yeah.
saw it, but like I think maybe it was just new
It
to
could've been
whatever
that.
streaming service I was watching it on.
So Nerve is, what would you, is it like a thriller?
It's a I mean, it is a teen thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not horror, but not like kind of action-y
Action
thriller.
Action thriller. Yeah.
So from 2016, mainly starring Emma Roberts and Dave Franco,
Yeah.
who I like both of them.
I like both of them.
A lot, but I remember when I watched this originally, I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
That's why I picked it.
Mhm.
I guess just start with, what did you guys think?
I mean, I like this movie fine.
Mhm.
I don't find. I mean, it's a nice concept. I like
Yes.
what it's trying to say about like social media and the way it controls us and those kind of things. I like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
But it falls in the mid good range for me. Like, it's not exciting
Right.
to me, and like, not, there are scenes in the movie that are exciting, like there's
Sure.
stuff that is nerve-wracking and like cool, but in terms of as a movie as a whole, it feels very, I don't
Fine.
want to say derivative, but like fine. Like, there's the
Yeah.
ending's very Hunger Games. The like bulk of it is very what's the Gerard Butler movie that's also just barely fine.
There's a lot of those.
Well, I mean, it's like the one where he's like on, it's a similar concept to this where he's like on,
Oh, a gamer?
maybe
No.
it's like a where he's like in a game of sorts, but like
gamer.
gamer, yeah,
Yeah.
or like something like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's been done,
Mhm.
and it's been done better, and it's been done worse, and it's fine. I like similar to this. I think I mentioned on the last podcast when we announced this. I don't know if it made it to the cut, but similar to this, I like. There's a movie with Danny Radcliffe called Guns Akimbo that I
Yeah,
think is a
yeah.
much more unique take on a very similar idea. It's also has an R rating, so they go a little harder with like some of
Sure.
the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's got like a zany, less polished. This feels almost too polished for something that should be a little more gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This needed to be a little bit have a harder edge to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit more. It needed to be rated R. Just like a little bit more. I mean, I know it's like kind of the characters are generally kind of youngish.
Yeah.
Which, if you stop to think, and you're like Dave Franco, and she's still in high school.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, but because I mean, he's clearly like
And
in his like late 20s.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
You know,
I didn't think of that.
I think he might be meant to be in his early 20s in this, but yeah,
But I mean, he's clearly like he's
older.
older.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
yeah, like I like in the moment watching it, it's perfectly fine, and like it is generally entertaining and like kept me engaged. Thinking back on it, I don't like. There's a couple sequences I remember,
Mhm.
and I think that the overall like the message, like what it's about is like, it's fine. Like that's what it's that's
That's a good message.
yeah, and it's even more relevant now than when the movie was made.
Sure.
'Cause this is even before TikTok or
Right.
even more.
Which is what it reminded me a lot of.
Yeah, and it's like it's funny. I'm sure like in 2016, if I had seen this would be even more outrageous.
Right.
Yeah.
But since then we've had people like drink bleach and
Right.
do
Eat
just
Tide
even
Pods and-
dumber things than are in this movie.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit ahead of its time.
So could we say this is a prequel to Idiocracy?
yeah.
It's prophetic.
I mean,
value.
yeah, in a way, we've had like a
Right.
few in a row that have very similar themes. Just
That
the
is true.
decline of the human
Yeah.
civilization through sheer stupidity.
For sure.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it was perfectly fine. And it didn't like it. It once it got going, it
Mhm.
didn't stop, and it is kind of. I don't know. Like I rated it like only 2.5 on Letterboxd. And now thinking back, I think it's at least like a 3, maybe.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like it's okay, and I appreciate it. I just would have liked a little bit more. I wanted the guys that made Crank to make this
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, I it needed more of a frenetic energy that it
Yeah.
doesn't quite because like even though they can't walk away, it does kind of feel like they can like the stakes aren't high enough.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels like they can leave at any
Right.
time. And
Until the end,
until the
when
end.
they realize like there's a prisoner
Yeah.
option, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
adds a
very
stake.
very Hunger Games, like you were
Yeah.
saying. Like
Okay.
it's,
See, I've
And-
never
and
seen
the-
that.
and I don't buy that.
And the ending choice where they refuse to like shoot each other is very Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's very YA, which when I say that about a book, I never mean it as an insult. But when I say it
Yeah.
about a movie, usually it's not like it's fine. It
Yeah.
definitely, and they did intentionally make it PG-13 because they want teenagers to see it.
Right.
So it is a movie that's made for teenagers.
Yeah.
Which I think
I
for
mean,
a teen movie, it's
I
great.
was like 14 or 15 watching this. I would think it was like really really good.
Cool.
Right.
And,
And so I mean, honestly, I'm surprised. I think I thought you both would hate it. But so that's what I was saying. Like I remember when I originally saw it, like really liking this movie, and you brought up a good point that this was prior to TikTok and things like that. So when I watched it back this time, it didn't seem outlandish. I don't like. I remember getting more of a thrill from it the first time around, and that might be why, because now our life is so inundated with challenges
Yeah.
that those didn't seem that crazy.
And I mean, I think that's the thing. Like the movie does a pretty decent job of getting you somewhat addicted to
Right.
the dopamine hit that they're getting too.
Right.
Of like, sure, let's try this for $500 more or
Right.
$2,500.
Well, the
And-
idea that you'd have to pay people for it actually kind of seems outlandish at this point. Because people
Yeah,
get this
like,
for free. Like,
and if there's anything that the movie misses, it's just the sheer ego that people have, that they just want more people to watch them do stupid stuff.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
even have to
Get
be paid directly from like their I guess what Patreons
Yeah.
or whatever
Right.
now, but just that they would just eat a Tide Pod for the hell of it.
Right.
well, and
Just like, hey man, 100,000 people saw me, and it's like, yeah, but you're in the hospital now.
Right. Exactly.
like, I think, well, and I think that, but I also think, I think this movie could have, and this is a controversial take, but I think what you're saying about Crank, this movie could have used a few more of the visual devices that they do use
Yeah.
on TikTok and in like that, like. I watched lots of videos where it's like a guy on a GoPro on like a very tiny like bike path, like on the top of a mountain, like it's terrifying. Like
Yeah.
we could have used, and I feel like Crank uses a lot of that POV cam.
They do.
for,
They
like,
do use a lot of
yeah.
like body cam kind of.
bike cam
Yeah.
kind of footage.
Especially in the second one.
And I think that would have been nice here. I mean, you would have obviously seen less of V and Ian,
Viper or whatever.
Ian. Yeah.
Ian or Sydney. Like you would have seen less of like their faces and their like reaction to the stuff. And maybe it would have missed something there because they're they're charming and they're fun to watch.
Right.
But like it would have given you a little more of like sitting in the like kind of feeling what they're
person's-
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The filmmaking itself feels very like a kind of standard Netflixy kind of movie.
Mhm.
There's nothing particularly. I mean, it gets the job done,
Right.
but there's nothing particularly like specific to the story.
Right. And if we're already going to go with like cell phone camera quality, then I feel like we can have a few
Yeah.
cell phone camera POV shots.
Right.
that
Yeah, I
would
mean, at
make
least
it-
like
I mean,
intercut with like
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
I mean, they did
you know.
try that a little bit. There was a little bit of it.
There's a little bit.
But it definitely could have used more. And I think another thing about it is, like we were saying, where it is just PG-13. I think with the cast, like I
Mhm.
said, I like Emma Roberts. I like Dave Franco both a lot. And I think with them, it could have been an even better movie if we were able to push the envelope a little bit more on the risk. So when we were watching it, when they come out of the fancy place and somebody has stolen their clothes, and Mark was like, they're acting like they're running naked.
Right,
Like
but
they're hiding.
Yeah,
stuff,
no.
but they're just in their underwear. Like it's not that extreme, so it doesn't have that thrill that it's meant to have.
Yeah.
Maybe to a younger person it would.
Right. So
But
a younger person, that's terrifying in itself.
Right.
Like,
but
to an adult,
they were fully clothed in their own way. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
they weren't showing anything. It wasn't. They were acting as if they were naked, but they weren't. And it just kind of it didn't bring that thrill. But I think that is a thing. It just if it had been rated R, I think it would have been an even better movie, and we would have got better
that,
scenes
or
of
if they
that.
were younger. And I mean, both of them, if they were both younger, then like some of the things that they're embarrassed by, or some of the things that they like that would feel more high stakes in terms of like,
What's
when
going
you're
on.
like 14 with your crush, you certainly don't want to like walk
Right.
out of a store in your underwear. But like,
True.
it's less. I don't know. Like I said, it was fine. I think it was fine.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm surprised that you both thought it was fine, honestly. Because watching it back, that's about how I feel.
I mean,
It was
Yeah.
fine.
there's not a lot of hate here. Like it's
Right.
No,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
I mean, that's good to hear.
It's perfectly watchable. Like
Yeah.
it was better than I expected because
Okay.
I remember you talking about this. I don't know, a few years ago or something, and I was like, ugh.
That's when I watched it the first time.
Like it looks like a YA, like a dumb
Yeah.
YA movie, and I was like, ugh.
no, it's
But
like
actually,
it's a decent YA movie.
It's a decent
Yeah.
YA movie.
It's a
And I think
decent
that's what it is, because I remember being like stoked about this movie when I watched it, obviously, because I talked to you about it.
Yeah.
And this might have been, back.
Because I would have
7
watched
years
it
ago
around
or
the
something,
same
who knows?
time that
6.
you watched it. Because I feel like we talked, like we all talked about it.
It possibly was, but I do remember being like more excited about it than I was rewatching it.
Mhm.
And I think that what we were saying about it, just I'm older, so things are less exciting. Also, the not being able to push the envelope as much, and just the fact that now we're inundated with people doing these challenges for free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem as high stake.
Yeah.
But I can remember being really pulled in the first time I watched it. But
No, I
yeah,
get it.
I mean, this second watch, I didn't hate it. I mean, I still enjoyed it. We had a good time with it.
I remember like the first time I watched it, I didn't quite expect it to go, and I almost wish it hadn't gone like quite so Big Brother. Like there's an overlord of like watchers that do like
Yeah.
present. Like I kind of
I think it works better if it's just normal people.
it works better if
Right.
It's not like this kind of cultish group.
if there's not
Yeah.
like this someone pushing the buttons behind the scene, because like then it starts to feel like, again, things that are done better, like the first season of Squid Game, like and
Right.
like it starts to the Big Brother nature that made it more like tie into things that are done better. Like Big Brother is scary, this is scarier if it's just ego.
Yeah.
Like and I think it could have been a slightly better movie if Ian was actually a bad guy. Like
Yeah. No,
I think it
Yeah,
would have been better if
'Cause
that
they almost touch on that
Yeah.
when they go to the party, because his dare was to get her there so she'd argue with that girl.
yeah, that feels
And
very.
they could have. Oh, sorry. They could have turned at that point.
Yeah,
and it
that
didn't
feels
happen.
very like very sitcom level writing.
Yeah.
Like now there's some like little beef they have now. 'Cause
Right.
That was his dare, and
But they could have turned and him
Yeah.
been a bad guy at that point or
Yeah.
something.
Like if he had been a bad guy that was like pushing the envelope and like a predator, like
Yeah.
in this like kind of in this situation of like trying to like convince her to do more and more, like you know what
Yeah,
I mean. Then that's
like his goal is
fun.
to like get her killed or something
Yeah.
by the end of
Right.
the night, or
Yeah.
to get her in prison, or
Yeah.
right,
To get himself out of the prisoner status instead of helping her get out of it.
right.
Yeah,
'Cause he ends up offering just to give up his life, basically,
yeah,
to stay a prisoner. It would have been, that would have
Yeah.
added a different
I
thing
think that
to
would
it.
even and then even if you don't have the prisoner thing, if it's just driven by greed, like
Yeah.
then,
Right.
like I think that's a better. think that's a better story
Yeah.
about like
Yeah.
what's happening here. Though I mean, then you don't get the gut punch at the end of like, oh, you're which is the message they were trying to show is like you're all accessories to murder.
True.
Yeah.
But I think you still get that, like in terms of
Could've.
like you could have still done that.
Yeah. I mean, people were still watching it, and
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Like,
So the first thing I saw on here is, according to the directors, there was a very sexual dare that was not filmed because it was dark and weird, so they could keep the film accessible to younger audience.
This movie needed more dark and weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it sounds like they have
now I just wanna
written
know.
some more. Right. Exactly.
It's like Uma in Pulp Fiction. Like you can't tell me
right.
this thing and then not
Not sure.
tell me not show it to me or not
Right.
tell me the full story. Like
Yeah.
I
there
want to
needs
know
like
what
a
dark weird
director's
stuff
cut.
they were gonna do.
Yeah.
Are they gonna go into like an Eyes Wide Shut orgy or something?
Right. Who knows? And that's the thing. Like, it sounds like, maybe when they wrote this, there was
Well, because
some more stuff
I mean,
that.
realistically, if you have a thing that is dares and there are no safe for work filters on it,
Right.
it
Yeah.
is going to become pornography.
Totally.
immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's all people will do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is like dare like that's
Oh, for sure.
and the violent crazy things might actually never really happen very much, or
Yeah.
the like the adrenaline-esque dares, because that's all it would be.
Yeah, you're much
So,
more likely
yeah.
to get somebody to take their clothes off than you are to have them like
Hang from
climb
a-
a scaffolding
right.
and like hang from there from like for 5 seconds
Also,
with one
that's
hand or something.
more likely what people would want.
Yeah.
Like I mean that's what we see with like things like OnlyFans and stuff like that. Is like
Yeah. This is kind of even maybe around before OnlyFans.
Yeah, I think
or
so.
at least before it was like super
Yeah.
major income source for a lot of
Right.
people.
yeah. Like it just seems, I don't know. Like I said, I feel
Yeah.
like that is a almost makes the movie semi unrealistic that that's not a factor. Not that I really want to see that, but I feel like
No, but I
it
mean
would
to be
that.
like more truthful and just like in human nature and
Right.
how this
Yeah.
how this works even back in 2016
Sure.
is sex sells, so people
Right.
want to
Yeah.
see
Well, especially when
any
you
of that.
have
Yeah.
two attractive people paired
Yeah.
up to do these dares.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
There would have been, and I think that's where the whole scene after they lose their clothes, that was the thing.
That
It,
was
it
wanting
just
to come
seemed like,
from.
okay, now they're just in their underwear. Like, who cares?
I mean you're basically just at the I mean it's the same thing you wear at the beach.
yeah,
Like there's nothing
Right.
this isn't like a
that's
huge
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
they're fully clothed.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been different if they were coming out of this very fancy place naked
Right.
and
yeah.
running around the store naked.
Yeah.
Like, that would have
Yeah.
been a big difference. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, like, I still enjoyed the movie. It seemed to take longer to pick up than I thought. I remember,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Um,
does. Like
It's
once
a little slow.
but
Yeah,
once it picks up, it's good. But I
yeah.
mean, there were little things that we noticed when we were watching it too. Just like when they're on the motorcycle and they're having to reach 60 miles per hour with him blindfolded. Like, why are you taking so long to get up to that? Like,
yeah, I was like, why you're at 30 and then 38
Yeah.
and 40. Okay, dude, just go to 60
Right,
and then
just do
stop.
it.
Like just go.
Like it's all you have to do.
like go a shorter
You're-
distance,
you're-
less risk.
They-
You're on like a sports
Right.
bike.
Right.
Like it shouldn't take you but a few seconds to get to 60. Just pick a spot.
Just pick a
Right.
lane.
Well, and then they were portraying that they were moving so fast, and then they would show it, and it'd be like 30, and it's like,
Well, and
that didn't seem right.
that's the other. Yeah, that scene. It's like they were trying to build the tension of like it's scary to like I would get if he had to stop a few times because of like
Yeah.
if he had to pull the brake a couple times and slow him down and they couldn't quite get there.
Right.
That would have been tense
but
and
yeah.
fun. This was just you're taking an obscene amount of time for no reason.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of how we felt about it. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, why not just go? Like,
Yeah.
do it. You go
Also-
less distance, faster speed, less risk.
Also, the dare isn't specifying like where you have to do this.
no.
Right.
It says
Why'd
I
you
guess
pick
they
the
have
main
like what
street?
like a minute and a half or something to
Yeah.
like
Do it.
accept
They
it or
have
reject
time,
it.
yeah.
But at the same time, that's plenty of time for you to
Shoot down an
drive
alley
to
or
like or some empty
parking
road
lot.
or parking lot or something.
Right.
To like I don't know. When you
The
start
road is
thinking through this
also
stuff more than the writers did.
obscenely, obscenely like empty for like a city. Like I know it's nighttime, but like
Yeah, where is this
Also
at?
New York.
It's
Yeah.
in New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no empty streets. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit what time of day it is. There are no empty streets
Yeah.
where there's not traffic and cabs. At least cabs
yeah.
sitting.
Which I think they passed like one cab.
yeah, it's
but-
like no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So I mean, it like you could set and pick this movie apart for sure. I think just watching it and before you do that, it's not bad.
No,
It-
yeah,
No.
it's
a
it's
fine
perfectly
movie.
fine.
Uh,
I wish it was a little bit more adult, but I guess that's just not the. I think it would have been a better
it
movie.
wasn't their target audience.
Yeah, it
and I
wasn't
would
like
have
I
like.
would-
I mean, they're just on the edge of like that really fun satiric.
Yeah.
Like it could go into like a satiric comedy, or they could be more like a horror thriller.
Right.
There's a lot of different avenues, and I feel like they just took the most basic,
Mm-hmm.
straight path. Where it's
And,
just
and
like,
I think
it's
that's probably
expected.
because of their target audience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get that, but also like this is another thing of like you don't give kids enough credit.
Yeah.
I think that they could understand something. I mean,
Totally.
you could have kept your PG-13 rating and done a darker story.
Oh
and-
yeah.
and
for
it
sure.
Oh
worked.
yeah. Tons of PG-13
Um,
movies are much more mature than
Yeah.
this.
this. Like I don't know. I like I said it was fine. Like that was my. That's the thing. It's like there's not a lot to hate about it.
I will.
It's not terrible.
I will say when it
like,
started off, I was like, "Oh my god, Aaron, what did you do to me?"
Yeah, me too.
But then once the kind of dares get started, it's like it's at least titillating enough
Yeah.
for me to just maintain my interest.
It's a
and be
nice
like,
No, that-
concept.
what's the next dare gonna be?
Yeah, I love the concept, but that's honestly how I felt too. When we were watching it, I was like,
I was like,
I don't remember it taking this long to like get to the good stuff.
I'm like, man, am I in an episode of Gilmore Girls? What is
Right.
this?
What's happening?
Yeah, it was less than I remember
Yeah.
at the beginning.
But I mean, it does get going. I don't know, it's maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and it
Yeah, it
kinda
does.
picks up.
Yeah, it definitely does. One of the issues is it even in the because I was going to say, well, what scene was the most exciting? But then I thought, okay, the motorcycle scene could have been the most exciting, except for the fact that like we said, they don't speed up fast enough,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
it feels like everything they did could have had you on the edge of your seat more, but there was just something about each scene that didn't quite
Yeah,
go there.
the whole thing's just a little nerfed,
Yeah.
and it's a
Yeah.
little just too safe and not terribly well executed. Like
Yeah.
the blindfold on the bike thing,
Right.
and I was really distracted by the awful green screen stuff on the scaffolding.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say
that's
I would say
bad.
the one that works the most is probably the ladder across like the
Yeah.
apartment
Yeah.
buildings like that. It looks like it was like I wasn't distracted by anything. And I was
That
like, oh,
one
right.
is actually
like somebody could actually
nerve-wracking.
die here.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And the
I would
movie
say
could
that
have,
was
like, a fun
probably the
twist.
most nerve-wracking one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
That one is nerve-wracking. I kinda
Which
feel
later
like-
happens in Scream.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like,
Ah.
wait, isn't that in a Scream movie
Yeah.
also?
Jesus.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
I'll read Dooley to Scream today.
I'm gonna put
But-
the hashtag on it.
Well, okay, but here's the thing about the ladder scene is it happens in Scream 5, and it's It's very scary
Yeah.
in Scream 5. Like, it's one of the only, honestly, the opening sequence of Scream, because that's in the beginning, right? No, that's not in the apartment.
It's not the opening.
It's not the
scene,
opening.
no.
Okay, but it's like, is that one nearest the beginning? Because it's her roommate that gets killed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is near the beginning.
It was
Yeah.
near the beginning, and I was like, "Oh, this one's actually going to be real good," and then it goes downhill from there. But like that part's actually scary in Scream 5, and so it's like, I feel like, I don't know,
But that was after this, though.
Yeah.
This would have been done before.
yeah, but the instinct to be like, just do the like, we're
Yeah.
taking too
There's-
long
well,
on the
Yeah,
ladder.
there's part of me just walk on the edges.
Yeah,
well,
like,
and
just
that's
go.
that's the other
Like-
thing. We were watching it, and Mark was like, "Did the rules say you couldn't crawl?"
Yeah,
Yeah, if it
And
just
I
said-
was like, "Oh, yeah. Why is she walking in these high heel boots?"
first off, I see her walk out, and then I'm like, then they get like a closer
Take your
shot, and it's like,
shoes off.
why do you have heels on?
Right.
Idiot.
And then she trips, and they can crawl, and it's like,
Why did you just
why
do
did you
that?
not just crawl in the beginning?
why would you not start with crawl?
Way easier.
Just get like, because then you can
spread your
balance better,
and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that you don't.
So
flip
it is little things, but if you can set and pick it apart. But I think overall, when you just watch it and enjoy it, it is something you can just enjoy.
Oh, it's a movie that's great in the moment, and then in retrospect, it's hard to
It's a
get
good
anything to
background movie.
stick
yeah,
in your brain.
it is. I guess now would be a great time to talk about what we're going to do next.
For the best time of year.
Spooky
Yeah,
season.
so if you've listened to us over the years, you will know that we are very much about the Halloween season and horror movies. What we're going to do is we're going to each pick a movie, and we are actually going to release technically 3 in October. We'll have our October 1st, our October 15th, and then our November 1st, we're actually just going to release it on Halloween, October 31st. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to all pick a movie, and you'll get 3 episodes of horror movies, which we love.
Yep.
And to, celebrate the best time of the year.
Okay. So I wanted to pick something that is like a classic staple, something that I love. I'm in kind of like a sci-fi mood, like sci-fi horror. So I'm going to go with Event Horizon,
Oh, all right.
which
I
I'm
love
guessing
that
you don't
movie.
know what that is.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And it's also not any of the ones you had mentioned previously.
It isn't. I was
So
that's
I
what
was
happens.
like-
I was going through like my
I was
top
very
100.
surprised.
I was
Woo!
like, I was gonna do Alien. Then I was like, and I was like, oh. So yeah, Event Horizon is
Awesome.
awesome movie. It was kind of a flop at the box office. It's got Sam Neill, Lawrence Fishburne, Kathleen Quinlan, Jason Isaac. Like, it's a great cast, amazing production design, really good. Like it, and I know I'll say this next time too, but like it is one of maybe like 2 movies that ever actually creeped me out.
Okay.
So
Wow. And it's called
Event Horizon in 1997.
And
I was
it
about to say
it
Event-
captures like the terror
the
of
90s had good
space
movies, though.
incredibly well.
The 90s
like,
were the best.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's like right from the start. Even yeah. I mean, we'll get into it
Well,
on
we'll
the
talk
next
about it.
episode. But it
Woo.
is it's a lot of fun, and I think there's a lot to talk about the movie because there's a lot of production like behind the
Okay.
scenes stuff that went on, especially with regards to its release, and it's very has been influential and was influenced by a lot of great movies like Alien.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be my pick. Event Horizon
that's
on October 1st.
that is honestly
that-
like all the ones you mentioned. I was like, those would be great. That was like as soon as you said that, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I
Yeah,
would love
like
to
I
talk
said,
about
that
that.
took me
So
by surprise.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting because weirdly, so I do like sci-fi, but it depends on how sci-fi.
you like this?
This is not. It's not like hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
It is very. It's a horror movie first.
Yeah. So that is the end of this episode. Join us next time when we will start our Fear Fest
Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror. I like that even better. So join us next time for our Trilogy of Terror in October, when we will all pick a separate movie and we'll talk about horror movies as should be done in October.
October 1st, Event Horizon.
Event Horizon will be the first one. But until then, I'm Aaron.
I'm Josh.
I'm Toby.
And this has been The Real Opposites.